also. Abahi without exterior. Brahma, Supreme, Satyam, absolute truth, Satyam, inner, Prasantam, calm and peaceful, Supreme Lord, worshipped by the yogis, Bhagat Sabda Sangyam, known in higher sense of Bhagavad, full of all opulences. Yet that Vasudevam, Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, Kavaya, 11 scholars, Vedanti, say. Repeat. What then is the ultimate truth? The answer is that non-dual knowledge is ultimate truth. It is devoid of contamination, material qualities. It gives us liberation. It is the one without a second, all-pervading and beyond imagination. The first realization of the knowledge is Brahman. Then Paramatma. The soul is realized by the yogis. Try to see him without grievance. This is the second stage of realization. Finally, full realization of the same supreme knowledge is realized in the Supreme Person. All learned scholars describe the Supreme Person as Vasudeva because of Brahman, Paramatma, and others. In Chaitanya Charitamrita he said that Vaitam Brahmo Pranisari Tat Api Asya Dhanubha. The impersonal man, effulgence of absolute truth, consists of the bodily rays of the Supreme Godhead, Ya Atmantara Taryami Purusaiti Sasyamsa Vibha. What is known as Atma in Antaryam, soul, is but an expansion of the Supreme Personality, Sat Esvarya Purno Ya Iha Bhagavan Saswayam Ayam CC Ari 1.3. What is described as Supreme Personality, complete with all six opulences, is Vasudeva. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from him. Great learned scholars and philosophers accept that these many births, Vasudeva Sarvamdi Samatma Sudurlabha, Bhagavad Gita 7:19. The wise man can understand that ultimately Vasudeva, Krishna, is a cause of Brahman and Paramatma. The soul, this Vasudeva is Sarva Karma Karma. Brahma Samhita 5.1. The cause of all causes. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, the real absolute truth is Bhagavan. But to incomplete the realization of the absolute truth, people sometimes describe the thing Vishnu as impersonal Brahman, localized Brahman. Vadan tattvavidas tattvam yas jnana advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaneti satyati. From the very beginning, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Satyam Param Dhimahi. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1. Meditate on the Supreme Truth. The Supreme Truth is explained here as Jnana Vishuddham Satyam. The Absolute Truth is devoid of material contamination and is transcendental to material qualities. It gives us spiritual success and liberation from this material world. A Supreme Absolute Truth is Krishna Vasudeva. There is no difference between Krishna inner self and outward body. Krishna is Purna, complete whole. There is no distinction between his body and soul as there is between ours. Sometimes so-called scholars, not knowing the constitution or position of Krishna, misled mislead people by saying that the Krishna within is different from without. When Krishna says, Manmana Bhavamat Bhaktomat Yaji Mam Namaskuru, Bhagavata 1865, so-called scholars advise the reader that it is not the person, Krishna, to whom we must surrender, but the Krishna within. The so-called scholars, Mayavadis, cannot understand Krishna who is their profane of knowledge. One should therefore approach an authorized person to understand Krishna. The spiritual master has actually seen Krishna, therefore he can explain properly. Tadvaripanipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadektant shantite jnanam jnaninas Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Without approaching an authorized person, one cannot understand Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sriyam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadagtikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kantarada Kanta Namastite Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Siti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarvyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Paritanam Pavanebhya Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So maybe, I don't know, I would just speak in English. Someone who doesn't understand me, maybe somebody can translate. That okay? Language? In English. Yeah. So this verse here is spoken by, it's the conversation between King Raghugana and Jadbharat. He's speaking about the absolute truth. In fact, Raghugana, he was going to somewhere, to Bhagavad Katha, you know. But then, while going, and then he found one great kathakar. You know, there was no need to go to Katha. Already, one was there already, one acharya, as Jadbharat, right? So, and he's speaking about the absolute truth. I mean, Raghugana was chastising him because he was not able to carry that palanquin, you know. He was jerking on one side because he didn't want to step over the ants, didn't want to kill the ants. But Raghugana was chastising him, you're just weak, you're just skinny. He was telling so many things. But then when, as long as one doesn't speak, you don't know him, right? As one doesn't speak, you don't know him. Mm-hmm. You can know someone as someone starts speaking. And he was thinking this is a guy who is just on the street corner. He's dumb, you know. But he was not dumb, he was the greatest scholar. He was Jadbharat, very advanced soul. But he was living like an avadut, you know. He wanted to avoid the public. Like a madman. You know, sometimes it's happened, people they do that.
They avoid this to avoid a crowd of people. And they live like a mad people. The intelligent, this is the case of Jat Bharat. He was just avoiding, trying to avoid. But then, how much can you hide yourself? Lord will reveal, right? Krishna will reveal to the other people. It's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Kulavich Sridhar, he said, you have so much wealth and you're keeping so much wealth at home, you're accumulating so much wealth. One day I'm going to reveal it to the whole world, how much wealth you have. What Mahaprabhu wanted to say. How much bhakti, you know. So normally we don't show our bhakti, right? We keep it for ourselves. But this is the case of Kulavich Sridhar. Mahaprabhu said, so much wealth you have, one day I'm going to reveal it to the whole world. We'll see that, how much bhakti you have for the Lord. But here, Jat Bharat is describing the absolute truth in three ways: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti and Bhagavaniti. Same. Prabhupada is translating also like that. He is known in his three features. Brahmeti. If the baby drinking milk, bottle, right? Beginning. And you ask the baby, where does milk come from? And the baby will say, milk come from bottle, right? Because he's drinking bottle milk. When the baby is grown up, you ask the baby, where does milk come from? The baby will say, oh, the milkman brings the milk, right? And when the baby is grown up more, and you ask the baby, and he will say, oh, I see the milkman come from going to the farm and bring the milk. So milk come from the farm. And then we ask again, milk, where does milk come from? And then he will say, oh, I saw the milkman going to the farm, but is getting the milk from the cows. This is when he's a bit bigger. But saying that the milk comes from bottle, is he right or not? Huh? He's right, but not completely right. You understand this point? He's right, but not completely right. So, what does it mean? The baby is right, but not completely right. So one day, Mayavadis, impersonalists, that the Supreme Lord is Brahmeti. Brahmajyoti is the whole thing. He's right. Or not? He's right also. But not completely right. Same thing. He's right when he's saying God is Brahmajyoti, effulgence. God is light. You know? God is, he's right, but not completely right. Right? So this is how the Mayavadis, the impersonalists, think that when Shastra is saying Atato Brahma Jigyasa, inquire about the absolute. In fact, it should be Atato Bhagavan Jigyasa. You got the point? Atato Bhagavan Jigyasa. And it is not, doesn't start from Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti. It should be Bhagavaniti, Bhagavan, Paramatmeti, and then Brahmeti. You get it? It starts from here. But no, where does it start from? From Bhagavan come Paramatma and then come Brahma Jyoti. You get it? It's like the ladder. Brahmati, Paramatmati and Bhagavan. Ladder, you know? CD. But it should be, no one climb a ladder from top to down, right? We climb the ladder from down to top. Brahmati, Paramatmati, Bhagavanati. But imagine why I'm saying Bhagavan is first and then Paramatmati and then Brahmati. Because Mayavadi would say Brahman is the complete whole, is the absolute truth. From Brahman comes Paramatma, then comes Bhagavan. That's what they say. Impersonalists. This is wrong. Avyaktam, Vyaktim, Apanam. From Avyakta, Vyakti has come. From impersonalism, the person has come. Alright, that's what they say. This is wrong. So our Acharya explained, especially Jiva Goswami. He said why we say climb the ladder from top to down? As imagine, God is coming, is descending. Where does he descend from? Yes, from up to down. You know? So this is a point. Why they say God doesn't have form? Because they say God had expanded himself, he has become many. Eko Bahu Syam, no? Eko Bahu, one has become, and then he has lost his identity. You take a piece of paper, you break it into 100 pieces, right? But the paper has lost his identity. So God, he has expanded himself, means he has lost his identity. And no form. He's formless. But if they say God is formless, that means what? God, there is something less in God. Right? God cannot be less. God is complete. God is Purnamada, Purnamidam. If we say formless, means he's not Purnam. He's not Purnam. Right? How can Purnam is not complete? If say he doesn't have form, means he's not complete. So if he's Purnam, he must be complete in everything. He must be complete in the form also, right? Om Purnam Adha Purnamidam. And everything that comes from the Purnam is also Jiva come from him. Is Jiva Purnam? Yes. Material world is Purnam? Yes. Everything manifests from Krishna is also complete. Udachate. It comes from, means that's also energy. Energy coming from? Mayavadis, they don't believe in energy. They know there is no energy. But here it is saying Udachate manifests from God. So the Jiva is Purna. What is Purna means the Jiva? What does that mean it is Purnam? It is Purnam. Jiva is Purnam because Jiva has a capacity to understand God. That's why Jiva is Purnam. Material world is Purnam? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because it is manifesting, it is working by itself, the sun is rising, right? You don't have to think, oh my God, is the sun going to rise today? Maybe not. You don't have to worry because the sun will automatic. So it is Purnam. Everything is Purnam. It's complete. So, why the impersonalists describe in an impersonal way? For example, I would say that Prabhuji's cloth is not orange, right? Am I right or not? Oh, your cloth is not orange. You are not wearing spectacles. Am I right? This is the way the impersonal describe God. You are not from Chennai, right? You are not from Chennai. Am I right? Yes. This is how the impersonalists describe God, the negative way. Apanipado, God doesn't have hands and legs. But Ishopanishad is saying he walks. Isivara Gopinath ki jai. But it is saying he walks. He doesn't walk. He's near, he's also far away. He's inside and? Okay, what is inside? Who is inside? He's inside. Inside means what? He's Paramatma. What about outside? When we say outside, he is what? His outside means Mahavishnu. Right? Is Mahavishnu, is Virat Rup, is outside. He's far away. He's in Vaikuntha. Right? He's near also. Huh? Yes, he's near in the form of deity. So, realization of Satchitananda. Sat means Brahmeti, Brahmajyoti. Chit means Paramatma, knowledge. And Ananda is revelation of Bhagavan. But Vaishnavas, they have added one more to it. Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. This is the Vaishnavas, they have added this one. Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Prabhupada said, right? We have added Sachit Ananda Vigraha. But if they say that they are right, if Lord, Supreme Lord is Brahmeti, they are right. But they are not fully right. Fully right when you experience Bhagavan form of the Lord. All learned scholars describe Supreme as Vasudeva, the cause of Brahman, Paramatma and others. And that's also defeat Mayavadi. The cause of Brahman, Paramatma and others. Means there is not oneness. Everything is one. We are all one. Right? He's saying others is defeat Mayavadi because it's not only oneness. So this is actually the description given by the devotees, the acharyas, that and also there is not only one. Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita. What does he say? There are many, right? Natu evaham dashunasam natam nime jana dipaha nacheva na bhavishyamaha. You know, many. It's not everything is one. Not in the future shall we exist to be not vivaham jatu natam nime janadipaha. No, all this king, not you, not me, not this army, not the king, right? So there are many. It's not everything is one. Hmm? One time Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj was traveling by train, and there was a Mayavad sannyasi on the side, and there was a box of mango. Some mango was already rotten, and Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he would take the rotten mango and give it to the Mayavadi sannyasi. And then Mayavadi sannyasi was not happy. He said, "What are you doing? You're giving me a rotten mango." He said, "Bhaktisiddhanta, yes, this is your philosophy. Everything is one." Good mango and rotten mango, they are one. That's your philosophy. Accept it. Another time there was one Mayavadi came to Parikrama, sannyasi. He joined the devotees, Padayatra somewhere. And it was night, he was sleeping, it was cold, and he asked the devotees for a blanket, to cover. It was cold like this. A devotee trying to tease him, a devotee was the did, they took from the blanket a small piece of thread. I just took it and gave it to him. Said, "This is a blanket." And he was annoyed. He said, "What is this? I asked you for blanket. You give me just a thread." So that's your philosophy. Everything is one. The blanket and the thread is one. Right? Eko Bahusham also they say. So everything is not one. But according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is one and different. It is one and different. Just like the drops of water, salty water and the ocean. It is one. Same in quality. It is one. But in quantity it is not same. One drop is not equal to the ocean. So this thing we have to know. Very, very important. Prabhupada has described in Sri Ishopanishad, how does Prabhupada describe? Om. Om is impersonal, right? Impersonal aspect of God. How Prabhupada translate Om? The supreme personality of God. Prabhupada is very excellent. Look how he described Om. The Mayavadi would not agree with that. How is describing Om? Godhead, right? Why Godhead? Not only Godhead, because there are many gods. You could have said God only, because there are many gods. We also come from the Godhead. But this Godhead is the supreme one. The supreme, right? Nobody has translated God like that. Like Christian would say, God Father, God the Father, right? Or the blessed Lord. That's how they describe the blessed Lord. But nobody has translated God like that before. Supreme, the supreme Godhead. Not only that, it has a personality, the supreme personality of Godhead. Look how Prabhupada translates God. Nobody has translated like that before. A supreme personality of Godhead. And what is this? Om. If Mayavadi would read this, "Hey Swamiji, what are you writing? Where is personality written here?" If you read Ishopanishad, many places where there's no personality that Prabhupada is putting there. He's putting Krishna. They'll write Brahman. What Prabhupada would put there? Krishna, Hare Krishna. And Mayavadi would say, "Prabhu, Swamiji, what are you doing? Prabhupada said, I know, you don't know. Because what's the goal of knowledge? Vedashcha sarver? Yes. The goal of Vedas is to know Krishna, God. In fact, it is more difficult to know God through the Vedas. Vedisu durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. It is easier to understand God through the devotees than the Vedas. Vedisu durlabam. It is rare. Because Vedas describe the first aspect of realization. Brahmeti. Right? But Krishna is there. In the Vedas, Krishna is there. We don't see. Like a mango, is this mango season here? If you look at the tree of a mango, can you see the mango? But mango is there. The mango doesn't come from the sky. The mango is in the tree. Do you see? No. Similarly, Krishna is in the Vedas, but you can't see him. You know? But when can you see him? Nigama kalpataro galitam palam. When Bhagavatam manifests from the Vedas, when the fruits start coming out of the tree, then you can see the mango. Similarly, Bhagavatam is also Veda, right? Which Veda? Yes. So when Bhagavatam manifests, when the ripened fruit, because in a tree, what is the best part of the tree? Not the tree, the fruit. You don't eat the tree. You don't eat the leaves. You don't eat the branches. What do you eat? The fruits. So the Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of Vedas. Yes. It's the ripened, the mango, fruits. And so tasty. Nigama kalpataru. Nigama means Vedas, kalpataru, the ripened fruit of all Vedic literatures. Then you can see. You know, you can see the form of God, you can see Krishna. You can taste it. It is said, pibatam, drinking, right? Not eating, it is said, drinking. Why drinking? Because when you drink, when you eat something, you don't eat the whole plate, right? Curry leaf, chili, tomato, you don't take sometimes. Ginger. But when it comes to drinking, you drink the whole thing, right? You take the whole thing when you're drinking. So, similarly, Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all Vedic literatures. And the next verse, he would say, you asked me to give both 11, 12. Bhina mahat pada rajo abhisekam. Because Raghuvan asked him, where did you get all this knowledge? So advanced. Where did he get that knowledge? Mahat pada rajo abhisekam. Without the mercy, mahat pada raja. Pada raja, rajo. The dust, without the mercy of the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotees, smearing that on our body, we will not get this knowledge. So this is coming from, if we smear the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotees, mahat, bina mahat nahi hota, right? Vina mahat pada rajo abhisekam. It doesn't happen. That can happen only by the mercy of the dust of the lotus feet of the Mahant, pure devotees. Prahlad Maharaj also said the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj, his schoolmates asked him, Prahlad, where did you get this knowledge? And then he said, from Gurudev. We know only Sundar and Amarka. Which guru you're talking? So they don't know, because Prahlad Maharaj guru is Narad Muni. He got this message from within the womb of his mother. When he was in the womb of his mother. Kayadu, yes. Narad Muni spoke to his mother, but he was listening. Right? He also mentioned that same point, Mahant Padaraja Abhisekam. Unless you smear the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotees, Narad Muni ji, and you will not get this message, this knowledge. So it's very, very powerful. Mahant Padaraj. Bhakta Bhukti ever says, Aitina Maha Bal. Bhakta Pada Duli, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukti ever says, Achista, Aitina Maha Bal, Mahan Bal. Unless we get this dust, we are receiving the dust of Gurudev. When we come to temple, we pay obeisances, looking for the dust. You pay obeisances here, you're touching your head with the dust of Krishna. And then you take Charanamrita, that's Padajal, right? Padajal. And then you're looking for Mahaprasad, that is Uchishta. Shakti. So we don't get this knowledge. This knowledge, we don't get it. It is revealed by mercy of spiritual master and guru and acharyas. It is revealed. Knowledge is revealed. Even Brahmaji, he was not alone. Brahmaji heard the voice, right? Pa means there is a superior personality. That's two again. It's not one. That is two here. One is Brahmaji and one is a voice coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the mercy. So only by the mercy. It's not that, okay, we have received knowledge, now we know better than Guru. That's also not good. Puna musika bhava. Again become mouse, right? You know that one? What happened? He asked the sage to make me become a cat. Because dog was chasing the cat, and he asked, make me the dog. And then the lion was chasing him, made me a lion. And when he was made a lion, then he was trying to eat the guru. And Puna Musika. But here, this is why Jad Bharat, he was living like a pagal. Very learned, very, very learned, but was living, he knows, he has so much experience in life. He lost his Krishna consciousness, he lost the chance. He was on the point of bhava, right? But even from there, one can fall down, bhava stage, becoming attached to that deer. And he was thinking about the deer. He has left everything. His wife, beautiful wife, his children, his possession, his wealth, his kingdom, everything. But unfortunately became attached to that deer. And by the mercy now, he's saying by the mercy, Bina Mahant Padarajo Abhisekam. By the mercy of the Mahatma, I'm able to remember. Even as a deer, right? He became deer and then he became Jad Bharat. Very learned scholar. Jad Bharat here, he's saying. The next verse is saying, Unless one has opportunity to smear his body, entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy, simply by becoming a brahmachari, rules, regulations, simply by becoming a householder, one cannot realize. Or become vanaprast, or sannyas, or severe penances in winter, keeping oneself submerged in water, around fire. There are many other processes to understand the absolute truth, but the absolute truth is only revealed to one who has attained the mercy of great devotee. God can be realized, revealed only by the mercy of great devotee. If somebody say, I have become devotee by my punya, is he right? Is he wrong? Nobody become devotee by punya. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. If someone is saying, I have become a devotee by the mercy of Krishna, is that right? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, this is not complete. And if somebody said, I have become a devotee by the mercy of the devotees, this is perfect. Right? One time, one devotee said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I am very fortunate to become Krishna conscious. You know what Prabhupada said? He said, I am very fortunate to be Krishna conscious. Prabhupada said, what's the value of your fortune? You don't have any fortune. I made your fortune. Right? Fortune is made. Who made the fortune of the devotee? Srila Prabhupada came. Without the mercy of Prabhupada, we would not be Krishna conscious. Why? Because the devotee, they have got the adhikar to spread Krishna's mercy. The mercy belongs to Krishna, but not Krishna. It's not Krishna who is distributing. Mercy comes from Krishna, yes. But it is not him who is distributing that. It's the devotees, the mahantas, mahatmas, they have the adhikar to distribute that mercy. They can distribute. If decide to distribute, like Prabhupada decided to go to the whole world, to America and everywhere, because Prabhupada went all over the world. Now because of that, so many people are becoming devotees. Only by the mercy, kripa. So, if the Prabhupada, then there could be question also asked. Why Prabhupada did not desire the whole world become devotee? You know. But yes, still we are limited. Devotees are going out distributing books. This is mercy, right? Right? Some people can also be doing agyata sukriti. You know, unknowingly they have done agyata sukriti. So sukriti. So this is a point here. Becoming devotee only by the mercy. Prabhupada's mercy. He went all over the world distributing this message. Now we have marathon, right? Books marathon. Devotees are distributing books. In fact, Krishna is saying this message should not be distributed to the people, the ordinary people, right? He said not to distribute this those who are non-devotees, those who are envious. Why? Because they will criticize and they will make more offenses. But then how is it that devotees, we are distributing books? We're doing marathon, right? What's the answer? Krishna is saying not to distribute this knowledge to the people, ordinary people, to the envious, to the non-devotees, right? But still we are distributing. Why is that? Prabhupada's? Yes, again, the devotee, they have the adhikar to distribute the mercy. And that message is Krishna's message. Do not share this message to the non-devotees. But that's Krishna's mood. But Mahaprabhu's mood is different. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is different. He will go and distribute. And Prabhupada also mentioned, we are also holding public program where Krishna is saying, do not distribute this message to the non-devotees, to the envious, to the ordinary people. But Prabhupada said, when we are holding public program, there may be some people who have become interested. In the public, you have 1,000 people, maybe some 50 people, 100 people become interested. For them, you're doing, So, this is why this is the highest welfare activity, is to preach Krishna consciousness. Tapyanti lokatapena sadavaha prasojanaha parama aradhanam taddi. The highest welfare activity, the highest worship is to accept voluntary suffering for the suffering of others. You got the point? Accept voluntary suffering for the suffering of others. Yeah. And not only that, and this is the Parama Aradhanam. This is highest worship. It is highest worship. What we learn of highest worship from Lord Shiva? He said, Vishnu Aradhanam Param, right? Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Aradhanam Param. The highest worship is the worship of Vishnu, and higher than the worship of Vishnu, the highest is the worship of his devotees. But what is here being said by this is Prahlad Maharaj? No, that's verse I quoted earlier. Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that I am seeing so many people, many yogis, they are interested with their own deliverance. Prahlad Maharaj ne kaha. They are interested in their own deliverance. He said, this is not good. Many are doing Maun Vrat, and they're going to the Himalayas for their own salvation. He said, I desire to take the whole world back to Godhead. Prahlad Maharaj ki. I desire to take the whole people back to. This is Prahlad. This is mercy. This is Kripa. Not looking for himself. He's not selfish. Mature world people are selfish. Alright? We are allowed to become, we are allowed to have self-interest. Sometimes they say he's doing something for his own self-interest. But self-interest is also good in one sense. Swartha. What's called? Swartha. What is Swartha? Yes, Natevidu Swarthagatim Hi Vishnu. The means the self-interest. Our self-interest is Vishnu, Krishna. People, they don't know what is their self-interest. They think money is a self-interest. But what is the interest of the self? What is the interest of Atma? Atma desire what? Krishna. So real self-interest is Krishna. Right? People thinking self-interest means money, business. Atma is not interested with that. This is the body wants that. And people are egocentric, right? For them, me, aham, mamiti, me and mine. You know, Dhritarashtra is asking this question. What's the first verse of Gita? Dharma kshetra kurukshetra Hamasmetayutsava mamaka pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. Now he is making distinction. Mamaka, my sons and the son of Pandu. He is making already some segregation. This is selfishness, materialistic people. And not only that, he is asking, what are my son doing? Not for their benefit, but for his egoistic desire. You know, if you ask someone, how is your son? Not for yourself. You're asking that for his good. How is he? How is he doing? Is he doing right? But here, Dhritarashtra is asking, how is my son doing? For his own sake. Why is he asking that? Acharya, they have given some commentary. Why is he telling that, Dhritarashtra? He's saying, are my son fighting or not? If my son do not fight, then my position will be at stake. Danger. Yes. I'm going to lose my position as a king. So they have to fight. That's why he's asking, what are my son doing? Are they fighting or not? According to him, they have to fight. If they don't fight, I'm going to lose my position. You see, very egoistic. And why he was worried, again, what he was worried, if my son do not, because this is Kurukshetra, right? Kurukshetra means this is holy dham, and that can influence my son, Durdan especially. And then he become humble, he become purified in holy dham, and he will not fight. He was worried about that. You know, he was worried, if my son doesn't fight in holy dham, they're more favorable, and then anyone goes to holy dham, he become purified. So if Durdan become purified, he will become sadhu. He will not fight. My position will be at stake. You know what Sanjaya said? Sanjaya said, don't worry. Even Durdan in this holy place, he will never change. His heart will never change. Even in a holy dham. He's so sinful. He's so sinful, even the holy dham will not change him. Don't worry. Sanjaya told him that. You know. Sometimes people, you know, they go to the holy dham to purify the holy place, right? But sometimes some people go to the holy dham, what do? They contaminate the holy place, right? With sinful activities. So Sanjaya said, don't worry, this guy, he will never change. He will fight. You know. And then Vyasadeva came. Vyasadeva told him, Dhritarashtra, I want to give you eyesight to see. He can, you know, he's Trikalagya, he can do that. He gave Sanjaya already. What did he give Sanjaya? Divya Drishti, right? To see. But he also asked Dhritarashtra, I want to give you eyesight to see. Do you want? But Dhritarashtra said, but first of all, tell me what is the outcome of the war. What's the result? What's going to happen? Dhritarashtra, Vyasadeva said, because he's Trikalagya, he can know the future. He can see the future also. He said, well, you know what is going to be the outcome? Let me tell you, all your 100 sons will be killed, smashed. They will be dead. Shocking, eh? Shocking news. Vyasadeva is saying, everyone will die. All of them will die. That was shocking news. But anyway, still, do you want the eyes? You know what Dhritarashtra said? Then what's the use? When they were alive, I did not see them. Now they will be dead to have eyes. What's the use? It's still egoistic, right? For himself. Self-interest, selfish interest. You know? When they were alive, I did not see them. Now they are dead. What's the use? You know, having eyes. And then at the end, he was living. When everything is finished, all of a sudden dead. Now he lost everything. He was living at the cost of Yudhishthira Maharaj, right? Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeding him, right? And you know what he said? He said, "This Yudhishthira, you serve me so much, you look after me so much. I don't think that I love a second person beside you. You're the most perfect person. You're the best human being in this world. You know, I love you so much. There's no second one like you." Imagine, this is also very hypocrite, right? Hypocrisy. He was the one who made conspiracy to kill Yudhishthira Maharaj. Right? In that house of Lact, right? He was the one who made the conspiracy to kill Yudhishthira. Now what he's saying? You're the most dear person to me. There's no one else than you. You see, it's again hypocrisy. Materialistic people are like that. So, it is like materialistic people, they love their family members very dearly. But if they create some obstacle, they're ready to kill. Like Kamsa. Love his sister so much Devaki. What he wanted to do? To become the driver. You know? He wanted to become the driver. Vasudeva said, "Oh, you are Rajkumar, how can you become driver? It's not good what people are going to say about you. You come with us, sit with me." You know. And no, he said, says, no, I want to drive this because I love my sister so much. And what Kamsa did, he put all the driver into the dicky backside. And he's driving. You know. And then he heard this Akasvani, "Fool Kans, a child of the sister is going to kill you." You know? And that voice was coming from the sky. And he just took his, same sister whom he loved, took it out. Surah just wanted to kill. They can do anything when somebody creates some obstacle in the life. This is Kans Maharaj, you know. And not only that, because Kans, actually he was such a cruel person. He was not interested in study, education. But he was very powerful person. He could fight, you know, his bodily strength was there. And it's because he was not interested in education, his father has made him the commander-in-chief of the... And you know what he was doing? In the meantime, he was killing some of the army and putting his own men, like Jarasan family, you know, demoniac people. And this is why when comes Ugrasen wanted to arrest him, because when Ugrasen heard that Kamsa has killed the children of Devaki, so Ugrasen decided to arrest Kamsa. And Ugrasen has sent a message to Kamsa. Messenger's gone. He told Kamsa, "You are under arrest." Messenger was telling. And Kamsa was laughing. Ha 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 ha! You know why he was laughing? Because he has already chained the army. And he has already turned them in his favor. So when it was time to arrest, and then Kamsa said, send a messenger, "Go and tell Ugrasen that he is under arrest." And there was a big fight, and then Ugrasen was arrested. because he has put his own people there, own army. And now the what do you call the jailkeeper? Not jailkeeper. One who is in charge is called jailkeeper, right? We call jailer. One who is in charge, huh? The god there. He was shocked. He was shocked because Ugrasen was ruling nicely that there was not a single prisoner in the jail. There was never any prisoner. No one became prisoner because he was ruling nicely. Who was the first prisoner? Rajkumar, Vasudev. And second one is the king himself. You know, he was shocked. Can you imagine? The king becomes a prisoner. And Kamsa has changed the jail also. He has put his own people there. You know, has removed. Otherwise he can do something else. And now both were praying. Vasudev in the prison, and you know how even Devaki was put in the jail, unconscious. When this first child was killed, he became behos. He fell unconscious, and in that condition, she was being grabbed and put into the jail. Unconscious, she was in jail, and Vasudev. You know? And both were praying, you know, like two rooms. One prison here, and the next one is Ugrasen. Vasudev was praying. What he was praying to the Lord, please protect my child. I mean, as two affects, two emotion. One time he was thinking that's God, but other time they were thinking, is my child. He was going back and forth. You know, parents and then own reverence. Dasya bhav and Vatsalya bhav. Dasya, this is God. Another time, no, this is my child. You know, his emotion was going back and forth. He was praying, oh my Lord, please protect my child. Because don't know what's going to happen. But Kams Maharaj also was praying. You know what he was praying to? Oh my dear Lord, when this Kansa is going to die, when is he going to die? Kill him. He was praying like that, Kansa Maharaj. But he had some regrets. Ugrasen, some regret. He was saying, now everything is finished. I've lost everything. I'm in jail. I don't care. I don't mind being in the jail. But what's the regret? It is me who has given birth to that cruel Kamsa. My name will be spoiled. You know, that was thinking. So we can see this sort, this self-interest. Nate vidu swarta gatim hi Vishnu. People don't know. Who is saying that? Verse Prahlad Maharaj again. Nate vidu, people don't know. That's swarta gatim hi Vishnu. Andat yatandar atandir. They are following those who are following the blind is following the blind. As blind is following if there is a blind person is followed by a blind person, what will happen? They're going to fall into the ditch. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying in his world. Much of world, blind people are following blind people. They're following the politicians, okay? They're also blind, in one sense. Right? We are blind, and we follow the blind, we will fall into the ditch. Right? Is what this Prahlad Maharaj is saying. They don't know what is. Even Brahmaji said the same thing. When Brahmaji's mission was failed, he was defeated. He tried to steal the cowherd boys and the cows, right? is trying to allure Krishna. What is the title? What is it said? Brahma Vimohan Lila. He was trying to allure Krishna. By so doing, he himself was allured. He himself was bewildered. He himself was an illusion. Right? But at the end, he came back and asked for forgiveness. Right? Forgive me. And he said something very interesting. Now he's realized. He said, one who is not Krishna conscious, one who is not Krishna conscious, his wealth, money wealth, becomes chore, his thieves. You know, his own thieves. His wealth become thieves, chore. His house becomes a prison house. His relatives, family members becomes like, hatkadi, handcuffed, right? That's what he said, Brahmaji. If one doesn't become Krishna conscious, his money become his own thieves, chore. His house becomes a prison, and family members handcuffed, hatkadi. Sometimes you see the prisoners, they have chain, right? Foot is like Vasudev, feet were chained like that. You can't go anywhere, because this handcuff. How is it that your wealth becomes chore? Yeah, because it's stealing your intelligence. It's stealing your body. It prevent you from practicing Krishna consciousness. In that way it is chore. And Acharya said our senses, they are like highway robbers. Highway, not small way. Highway robbers. Highway robbers, they are very expert, right? Our senses are like highway robbers because they are robbing ourselves from Krishna consciousness. Stopping us, preventing us from practicing Krishna consciousness. They're robbing us, stealing our intelligence, proper intelligence. So Swartagatim, Nante Vidu Swargatim Hi Vishnu means our self-interest. We can have self-interest, we can be selfish. Also, yes, selfish. The self-interest means Krishna, the interest of the self, not anything else. So this is what Jad Bharat, right? Jad Bharat is also telling about to Rahugana. No one will be able to understand the absolute truth unless, receiving the dust of the lotus feet of the Mahatmas. Hare Krishna. Thank you. It's late. I would like to stop here. A bit beyond time. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. Any question, or if you have any question, you can ask. Everything is clear.
Maharaj, you said we get the bhakti of Krishna by the devotees, but somewhere in one of the Maharaj book it is written that we get Krishna Prem by three things. One is the devotee, another is the deities, and also from the Shastra. So we get it apart from devotees, we can also get it from the Krishna himself and from the Shastra. So
What? Get what?
Krishna or Krishna Prem, you can attain Krishna.
Yeah.
Krishna Prem, these are the three sources apart from devotees.
What are these sources?
Three sources are first is devotee,
Devotee?
deities, and the Shastra.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also there. But ultimately, it's coming from the devotees. Even deity who is installing the deities, it's the devotees. Even Shastra, okay, you get it there also, but Shastra, somebody has to explain. Guru, Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu, yeah. Because this verse saying, Vedesu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. Is adurlabh. It is durlabh even from the Vedas, but it become adurlabh from the devotees who can actually give. Okay? Any other question? Stop. Huh? Okay, coming for the first time. Haribo. Just chant Hare Krishna for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Thank you for coming. Come again and again.